NFL fans, welcome back to a brand new episode of the J All Day Sports Show. Today, we're talking about Week 15. I'm going to give all my predictions with scores for the entire 16-game slate. We crushed it again last week, guys, 9-4. And if you're interested in sports betting, we hit a 9-leg parlay, 16xing your money. Make sure you check out that join button for my membership perks. Okay, guys. We're having a really good season so far. Over the last 5 weeks, we're 64-21, and for the season, we're coming in at 140-69. I'm very happy with our performance this year. We continue to be the best channel on YouTube for making money line picks for your NFL games. So let's get into Week 15, a full slate of games. The byes are over. The playoffs are cooking. Let's get into it. Welcome back, NFL fans. We're going to kick off Week 15 with the Thursday night game. We got a banger between the Rams and the 49ers. They both looked really, really good last week. The 49ers took care of business over the dumpster fire Bears. And man, that game with the Rams versus the Bills was incredible. Over 80 points scored, no interceptions. Stafford and Josh Allen are as good as it gets. The Rams are starting to get healthy on the offensive line a little bit. The defense is still pretty suspect in my opinion. But this 49ers offense just is not as high-powered in my opinion as the Buffalo Bills is. That's why I'm going with the Rams to win this game. The 49ers defense pretty much for the majority of the season has been underperforming. The pass rush isn't there. The secondary's been pretty trash. I love myself some Rams. I don't think the 49ers can beat this Rams team. With Cooper Kupp and Puka Nacua and Matt Stafford playing at that high level, I love myself some Rams in this spot. So the score that I'm thinking for this week, I'm going to go with a pretty high scoring game, 30-27 for the Rams to get it done on the road versus the San Francisco 49ers. All right, the next game, kicking off the Sunday slate. I don't got a lot to say about this game. It's the Ravens on the road taking on the Giants. The Giants are 0-7 at home. They've lost 8 games in a row. They're a dumpster fire, man. Drew Lock is not that dude. The Ravens, they need to win this game. They're going to come out. They're going to put it on them. The line's up to 15 points. I think the Ravens spanked the Giants. No one on the Giants wants to play anymore. This is just kind of a joke game. I love the Baltimore Ravens in this spot to get the win. Baltimore Ravens are going to blow the brakes off the Giants, 34-10. Next up, we got the Washington Commanders coming off a bye, going on the road to take on the New Orleans Saints. Derek Carr is out for the foreseeable future. The head coach is calling it week to week. It's probably going to be Spencer Rattler, the rookie, versus the Commanders. I love Dan Quinn and that defense against the Saints and Spencer Rattler. The line's at 7.5. It's pretty justifiable in my opinion. I expect Jaden Daniels and Terry McLaurin to dominate in this game. Pretty mediocre defense for the Saints. Less than mediocre offense. They probably cover the spread in my opinion. But I'm taking the Washington Commanders to put up some points in this game. I'm going 28-13. Dominant performance from the Washington Commanders. Next up, we got the Kansas City Chiefs that doinked their way to a victory over the Chargers in a very close game. Some calls definitely went the Chiefs' way. They just keep getting luckier and luckier and luckier week after week. It's pretty crazy. When you flip it over to the Cleveland Browns, do they have the ability and the team to beat the Chiefs? 100%. But Jameis Winston is like balling out or he's absolutely trash. He threw 2 more picks last week. He looks really, really good in some spots and absolutely terrible in other spots. And I think that those mistakes will add up to enough to lose this game. So I like the Kansas City Chiefs in a close game, 23-20. They don't cover the spread again. I like the Kansas City Chiefs to win this game. They figure out how to win close games. And Mahomes doesn't really turn the ball over too much. And their left tackle and right tackle have been awful. Patrick Mahomes got the shit kicked out of him last week versus the Chargers, but was still able to win. That's why I like the Chiefs in this spot, 23-20. The next game on the Sunday slate is one of my favorite games of the week and a very important game. Miami Dolphins on the road taking on the Houston Texans. The Texans have been pretty sloppy all year long. Tons of penalties, poor offensive line play. Secondary doesn't look so good. They're going to miss Al-Shahir because of that suspension. That's why I'm going with the Miami Dolphins to win this game. It's a must-win game for the Miami Dolphins if they want to keep their slim playoff chances alive. I like the Miami Dolphins here. They don't commit a lot of penalties. The offense has been looking better and better each and every week. The Texans have kind of been regressing all year long. They're kind of meddling, just not playing good football. Turnovers, sacks, penalties, you name it. Bad on third down. I like the Miami Dolphins to win a very close game, 24-23, picking up a road victory. The next game is a dumpster fire game. Two trash organizations, the Jets at the Jaguars. The Jets have just been so bad. They're 1-6 on the road. They're like 1-9 in their last 10 games or whatever. They've been so bad. Absolutely horrible. The Jaguars got a tough contested win over the Titans last week. I just think the Jets are a little bit better than the Titans are. I'm going with the Jets on the road to get a victory in a sloppy game, 2017. I don't believe in Mac Jones. I'm going to say 2 interceptions in this game for Mac Jones. And if it's not 2 picks, it's going to be 1 pick and a strip sack. At least 2 turnovers for Mac Jones. And if Aaron Rodgers has any pride at all whatsoever, you got to beat the damn Jaguars, right? Good Lord. Aaron Rodgers has been a dumpster fire. I'm going with the Jets to win a close game. Next up, we got the Bengals and the Titans. The Titans are so bad. The Bengals got pretty lucky with that crazy block punt tipped. Came back to the Bengals, but they got the W and helped us solidify our 9-leg parlay win. Awesome for the Bengals, man. Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase are unstoppable. I think they kicked the crap out of the Titans. I think a lot of the Titans players have given up. I'm going with the Bengals to win this game. I'm saying 30-14. Bengals get a big road victory. Cowboys at the Panthers. Overshown is done for the year. One of the better players on this Cowboys defense. Micah Parsons looks like he's going to lose his damn mind. I'm going with the Panthers to steal one on the road. They're actually favorites in this game somehow. -2.5 point favorites. I love the Carolina Panthers to win this game. The score is going to be pretty close. I think they could score some points. I'm saying 27-20. The Panthers get a home win over a reeling Cowboys team. I think after that devastating loss on Monday night, they're also playing on a short week. I think the morale is just gone for the Cowboys this year. They're going to have to flip the switch to next year. Carolina Panthers played the Eagles really, really tough. Offensive line looks good. The defense is improving. I'm very sad about Jonathan Brooks tearing his right ACL again. I feel bad for that kid. Can't catch a break. But I'm going with the Panthers 27-20, I think I said. Then we got the Colts and the Broncos. So the Colts need to win this game to keep their playoff hopes alive. They're not great on the road, especially that they're playing the freezing cold in Denver. I like the Broncos in this spot to win this game. I think Anthony Richardson's going to commit at least 2 turnovers with either strip sacks, fumbles, interceptions, you name it. The offensive line has kind of been hurt a little bit too. They are coming off a bye, so they should be able to get a little healthier. But the offensive line hasn't been good. Jonathan Taylor has struggled the last several weeks. And the Broncos defense is very, very good. I like the Broncos in this spot. Probably a closer game than people think. I'm going to go 23-17 for the Denver Broncos. All right, now let's kick off this afternoon slate. We got my Eagles. E-A-G-L-E-S. Eagles. They got to win over the Panthers, but there's a little dysfunction going on in the locker room. A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Jalen Hurts. No one's on the same page. Kellen Moore is not a very good offensive coordinator, in my opinion. Scheming up for these guys, pretty lackluster. Luckily, they have Saquon Barkley. I'm going with the Eagles in a close game, 27-24. I do think the Steelers can put up some points, but George Pickens missed last week, and it looks like he's going to miss this week against the Birds, so that's why I'm going with the Eagles to win this game, 27-24. Without Pickens, this offense is kind of limited, right? And the Eagles have good corners with Slay, Quinyon Mitchell, and Cooper DeJean, who kind of had a bad game last week versus Adam Thielen. But I do think the Eagles do just enough to win this game, 27-24 in the Pennsylvania Bowl. I like this spot for the Bird Gang. Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the Chargers. I like the Chargers to bounce back in this spot. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers defense is terrible. Antoine Winfield is hurt again. He's out for the foreseeable future. I think the Chargers can take advantage of that. It looks like Ladd McConkey should be back in this game. That's an injury we have to keep an eye on. And if Ladd McConkey plays in that game with the Chiefs, I don't even think it's close. But he was out versus the Chiefs. They really, really missed him. Hopefully he comes back this week versus the Buccaneers. Thinking that Ladd McConkey's going to play, I'm taking the Chargers in a pretty close game. I think it might be a little more high scoring than people think. I'm going to go 28-23. The Chargers get a big home win and get closer and closer to a playoff berth. Buffalo Bills, Detroit Lions. I was originally thinking the Bills could win this game, but I'm switching from my first look picks because the Buffalo Bills defense in that zone look got absolutely shredded by the Rams. And the Lions offense is just as good, if not better, than the Rams. The Buffalo Bills are really good at home, but they're 4-3 on the road. I look for those struggles to continue. Detroit Lions get a win, 31-28. Jared Goff balls out at home always. The defense, they still got 13 guys on IR, right? So the defense, they played pretty good last week with all these backups playing. But I still think the Bills' struggles on the road continue. I like the Detroit Lions in this spot. What did I say? 31-28. Oh, yeah. Then we got the Patriots coming off a bye, taking on the Arizona Cardinals, who are reeling. The Cardinals need to win this game, or their season's over. They have to win this game. And the last 3 weeks, they haven't been playing good ball, straight up. I like the Arizona Cardinals in this spot in a close game, 24-23. The Cardinals have to win. They got to come to play. They just have a better roster. Their offense with Trey McBride, Marvin Harrison Jr., Kyler Murray, James Conner. I look for the Cardinals to establish the run in this game. Get a W, 24-23. But if the Patriots won this game, I would not be surprised at all whatsoever because the Cardinals have been reeling. But Patriots are on the road. I look for the Arizona to get a W here. Then, a very, very good Sunday Night Football game. Green Bay Packers versus the Seattle Seahawks, who have won 4 in a row and are in first place in the NFC West. Packers are coming off a tough loss. This is going to be a really good game, but I think the Packers are just the better team. But we have to keep an eye on Jair Alexander. If he does not play, I'm going with the Seahawks. But if he does play, I'm assuming he's going to play in this game because they need him down the stretch. I'm going with the Green Bay Packers in a very, 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 very close game, 27-24. This is going to be one of the best games of the week, guys. I think it's 27-24, yeah. I like the Packers' offense looks pretty good. They got that young stable of wide receivers that look really good. I'm hoping Edgerrin Cooper can come back healthy and Jair Alexander kind of solidify that defense a little bit. They got shredded a bit last week when they played the Lions. Seahawks are playing good football, though, and it's always tough to play in Seattle. So if you want to go with Seattle, I wouldn't disagree. But I think the Packers are just a little bit better than the Seahawks. Got to keep our eye on Jair Alexander, guys. Next up, we got 2 Monday Night Football games for Week 15. Bears-Vikings. The Bears are a dumpster fire. They've lost 7 in a row. I think they have 1 win. No, they're 0-6 on the road. 0-7 is coming. The Minnesota Vikings dominate this game. Cover the spread. 31-13. Absolutely crush the Bears. The Bears are a dumpster fire organization, guys. The Bears fired their head coach. That didn't work. They fired Shane Waldron. That worked for like 2 weeks, but now they're back to ground zero. The Bears are a dumpster fire. Caleb Williams doesn't look great. The veterans aren't providing any leadership for this young team. The defense has just been okay. The Vikings are going to cook all day long. What did I say? Let's say 31-13. I think it's going to be an absolute slaughter by the Minnesota Vikings. Then Monday night, Falcons-Raiders. O'Connell's hurt. It looks like Desmond Ritter's going to be the quarterback there. I'm going to go with the Falcons barely. I'm going 17-16. Falcons barely win this game with the last-second field goal. The Raiders are reeling. It's bad. They have Brock Bowers and Max Crosby, and that's about it. The Falcons have been seriously underperforming. Kirk Cousins has looked like absolute trash. I think the last 4 games, he's got 8 interceptions and no touchdown passes. What the F is going on, Kirk Cousins? And if Michael Penix Jr. got a start in this game, I wouldn't be surprised, but Raheem Morris came out and said that Kirk Cousins, their guy, he looks like trash. I don't know. I like the Falcons 17-16, guys. All right. There are my picks with scores for week 15. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel, and we'll catch you on the next video. Peace. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. If you're interested in getting early access to my content, you just want to support me and the channel, or you want to get my bets every single Friday, make sure you check out my memberships. I have a 99-cent tier just to support the channel, and for $4.99 a month, you get early access to all my videos, a bunch of exclusive member content like my bets each and every Friday. Make sure you take the time, check it out. Thanks for tuning in. Peace.